Greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and wherever you are in the world right now, happy holidays all around. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Plebmas, happy every single holiday that ever exists. Just whatever the case is, happy holidays. By the time that I'm recording this, it's basically Christmas. Got done with all the gift wrapping, gift opening, and stuff like that. I don't know why you would wrap gifts on Christmas just to pass them out, just to open them. I'm in gift opening, but it's just a festive day all around, and I'm excited for the festivities that are going to come later today. However, this video is going to be interesting because because of the PC that, ended up getting destroyed, I really forgot to do something Christmas oriented, this year, like a Christmas special of sorts. But there's something I really wanted to tell all of you. There's a little bit of a story that happened a couple days ago that I thought would be pretty interesting to tell you on camera, which I'm pretty sure, why wouldn't I want to tell this? Because I think not only is it funny, but hey, why not? What's more Christmas experiencing than, telling the story by a fire, which, yeah, there's no fire near here, but, you get what I mean. But here's what happened. Here's the story. It's basically December 21st. All is fine as well. Basically, some can call this Christmas Eve because, it's the day before Christmas Eve, before Christmas. That's obvious. And that day, there was a couple of things that was going to happen, which, the first main thing, we had a new ventilation system installed. Which, that means you're going to hear a sound that sometimes happens in this room. And if you hear that, that's just the ventilation. I'm not sure if I can do anything about that, but hey, it makes this room very warm. It makes it a lot more comfortable. So they had that all set up, and one of the first things I did for that was I just shoved a little piece of paper, like a structured piece of paper on it, just so it just made sure nothing would fall into the vents, because we don't have any grates or little things to cover over the vents. But right now, it is what it is. But that was just the start of the day, because you might be wondering, why did I even have to mention that? Well, one of the most important people of the story is the landlord. Very important person. I'm just gonna refer him as, the landlord, because they very much pulled their back out just to, not physically, but literally metaphorically, just to try and get these ventilation systems to work, trying to remove a big heater that we used to have in the living room. It was literally I'd have to say, if we had it again, 4 foot wide. That's how large it was. It was so intense. I get to say it was the size of this bed. That's how big it is. It was that big. But they got it removed, and now we had a lot more space in the living room. But there's an important reason why I bring him up. Later on in the day, we were gonna go get dinner. We were gonna get dinner at a local diner. I'll tell you what happened later on regarding the diner, but we had to go. We didn't want it to be too late, so the place would be closed. And then my mother realized she forgets her phone, so I'm just like, alright, let's do this. I run back inside, I grab her phone, which is all good. She checks if the door is locked, and then I check just one more time just to make sure the door is locked, and we close it. We're all fine. We're about to have dinner. We're about to go to our location, and it's going to be a fun time. We got locked out of the house because we left the keys inside. You might be wondering, don't you always have a key on you? Well, yes. However, there was something odd going on with the car, because usually with a keychain, the house key and the car keys will be on the same chain, except something weird was happening with the car, so the keys were not on the same chain. So I'm pretty sure she only had the car keys on. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but just to cut the story short, we got locked out of the house. How long? I want to say 30 minutes, luckily. It was luckily 30 minutes. We tried ways to try and get back inside. We tried seeing if we could fiddle with the doorknob, because none of us knew how to lockpick. We tried seeing if there were any open windows. However, we were afraid that we were going to accidentally break a window. And one of my thoughts was, oh no, can we just shove our hand through the door and just through one of the windows and just unlock it from the inside? And the landlord even said they do not have the money to replace a window like that. So we tried looking around all over the house to see if there was an open window. We found one. Thank the Lord. And what ended up happening was that we had to shove the landlord in through the window. I'm not even joking. Well, we didn't really shove him through. He got a ladder and climbed up and tugged his way through the bathroom window. And he just ended up making it through, and he unlocked the door from the inside. Big crisis averted. And even with all that being said, we still went that day. We still went to get dinner that day. And let me be honest with you. We went to get dinner. The diner that we wanted to go to was closed. I have no idea why. I want to say it was closed for the holidays, but it doesn't make sense, because if you want to close for the holidays, wouldn't it make more sense to close on Christmas Eve or even Christmas? That's something I don't understand, but we decided to go to another place, which is a place that I've never been to before, so this is my first time going there, Ruby Tuesdays. Ruby Tuesdays is basically it's another dining place, which we actually went there before, but we couldn't get inside because apparently the line was booked. It was the line was even out the door, so we couldn't even get inside. So today, mine seemed like, well, I guess more tonight, the line was a lot more shorter, and we decided to go inside. I didn't know what to get. I just saw the menu, and I saw this thing. It was interesting. I forgot what it was called. I want to say it was called a Triple Trouble, but I do not think it was called that at all. But it was basically the choice of two sides, along with fried chicken, specifically like strips of chicken, like chicken strips, fried shrimp, and ribs. It wasn't even barbecue ribs, because like they said you could also add a sauce on it, like barbecue sauce for, to make barbecue ribs. But there was this other option which I forgot what it was. It was like a hibiscus thing, which they said it was like a sweet sauce, and let me tell you, that was delicious. And for the sides, if you're wondering, I ordered mashed potatoes and corn, because that with those two with chicken, how could you not resist? And let me tell you, oh my lord, I could not tell you how amazing that food was. It was so good. The ribs were nice and juicy, even with like the hibiscus sauce that was over it. It was nice, sweet, and delicious. The corn, delicious, juicy, sweet. Mashed potatoes, nice and filling. The shrimp, nice and crunchy. The plumbing chicken strips, so scrumptious. I could not tell you how great that was. It was legitimately, it was an interesting day. And then dessert came. Now let me tell you about dessert. They had a couple dessert options, but I'm gonna say that there was one dessert that I overlooked amongst the rest. It was this thing where it was a mini skillet, like the actual frying pan, like a miniature skillet, where they have a giant cookie inside of the skillet. And yes, of course, it's HyperHimes. Of course, it's always gonna fall back to cookies. But there was a giant, still warm, still nice and hot, hot chocolate still on there, because the basic hot fudge, like chocolate chip things on it were melting. It was still nice and warm, and then they put little scoops of vanilla ice cream on top. Now, if that does not sound delicious to you, I am shocked. But oh my gosh, that was probably one of the most delicious desserts I have ever had. I'm not even joking. It was so flippin' good that it was just, boom, it was just mind-blowing. And even after that, after just doing all our eating, I thought we would be going home, but no, we also decided to go to a store and just look at some Christmas-related stuff inside the store, and there was some interesting stuff that I saw. There was one thing that I saw that I could have bought, but I was kind of turning my head away from it. It was Oreo candy canes, and I was thinking of getting those for like a food review, because seriously, how do you turn Oreos, like the chocolate candy, into a candy cane? I'm pretty sure it's possible, but I don't know, that doesn't sound right. Like a hard candy chocolate doesn't sound right to me. But there was some other stuff. Most notably, I saw a Christmas tree that was in design of a woman's dress. Now, I don't know what implications you need to give to a child to try and reach for presents under a woman's dress, being dressed as a Christmas tree, but I have no idea. That just seems odd for me. And if you're wondering, yes, it was literally just a fake Christmas tree, but instead of leaves, it was this big dress. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure people would probably use it as like, designing, like boutique or whatever, but it's just strange to me. I mean, it looked pretty, but I want a Christmas tree, not a Christmas dress. If I want a Christmas dress, I'd definitely wear it and I'd flex it off everywhere, but I want a tree, tradition. But even after all that, had everything properly returned. It was nice. We also went, to do some driving, to look at a bunch of Christmas decorations. Everything looked beautiful. There was a lot of decorations people would set up where some just put up a few string lights, and then there's others who went above and beyond. Like, I swear, it was just insane. But another thing is that when we checked the tire, a car, there was these Huffler tire things, these tire caps. Now, let's go back a couple days before. This is why we had to swap out the car with our uncles, because this is why we're referring to the key. This is why we're referring to the keychain, and how usually the keychain would usually have the house key and the car key. It's so weird because now we had the both cars swapped. I'm pretty sure it had something to do with one of the lighters being missing. It wasn't even missing. It was messed up. So we had to take that into the garage, and then our uncle gave us a temporary card to have in return, and when we got our car back, I'm pretty sure they left a bunch of their things in our trunk, so we had to call them up, going like, hey, you forgot some stuff. Then we had to drive over to their house, and we got everything out. And then we went home, and after all that, I probably had the most relaxing sleep I've ever had in my life. And yeah, well, honestly, my most relaxing sleep was when I got back home from Illinois, because, man, that trip after getting home was exhausting. But not because it was, like, tiring to be there. It was just because, you know, when you have to wait so long for a flight to happen, especially when you're 2 hours early, you kind of get tiresome. But with that being said, I think that's really all I gotta say for this. In general, just to give a quick TLDR, hope you all have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Definitely had an eventful one. But anyway, it's just, I'm not even sure if I want to, like, not say this, because I feel like I say this every video, but thank you. As far as the channel is going right now, we've reached 8.5 thousand subscribers. Do you know how insane that is? That is insane. It's incredible that we've reached this milestone with, like, the YouTuber that, like, a type of YouTuber like me, who, yes, of course, I post like 2 videos every day and try and post 3 videos on the weekends, but yeah, it's just crazy. And I can't thank all of you enough, like, seriously. You made this channel happen, and I couldn't thank you all enough for it, because, you know, this is like one of my livelihoods. I really like entertainment. I like, you know, producing and comedy and stuff like that, and I just like doing this. Just, you know, playing the games for fun and then showing it off to people, just so, you know, I can tell you, like, what I'm doing in it. And also, even some are, like, you know, guides, technically, because they kind of show you, like, okay, this is how I did this thing, especially regarding Cookie Run. Like, there are events that you can do, which I basically show off how to do the whole event, and it's really, like, I think underwhelming for me. Either overwhelming or underwhelming, because, like, I don't even expect them to be technical guides. It's just me trying to complete the quest that's at hand. But still, with all this being said, I can't thank all of you, each and every one of you, enough. In 2022, I do have some plans up and coming, because there's some stuff that came up, and boy, oh boy, there's some stuff that's going to be happening. And if you're wondering, if you hear like a audible sound right now, if you can hear it past, like, the background music that I'm going to be adding to this video, that's the heater turning on. So if you're wondering what that sounds like, it's probably going to kick into high gear in a couple moments here. But whatever, I feel like I should just do my outro now. So if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share with your friends more, you know, vlog content, me talking to you content, or just any content in general. But if you enjoy my content in general, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? And if you haven't yet, or you want to, hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to receive all my notifications on this YouTube channel in the near future. Yes, I am completely butchering me saying all these words. I'm a genius. And last but certainly not least, I have merchandise in the description. I'm not forcing you to buy anything. I'm just saying there might be something interesting in the shop that you might be interested in. I mean, come on, it's winter. I mean, you know, warm clothes will be good for the snow. But above all else, I will see you, entities and guardians. I will see you, entities and guardians, in the next video. Hail the Hypenese, and happy holidays.